Here we are, working on the Phantom. Just hanging out on a Sunday. Nothing to do. So we're just going to work on this for a little while. Do some masking on it. Hey, Michael. So I'm just bored hanging out, so I just threw up a live stream just for giggles. You're welcome to join in if you want, or you can hang out in the chat, whatever floats your boat. Yeah, I'm just sitting around here. There's nothing good to watch on TV, so I try to go to the bench, and for as long as I'm here, I might as well kick on a live stream, see if anybody wants to come out and play. Hey, Britta, I saw you on Ice Queen's live earlier, but I didn't get a chance to say hello or anything. I was just in and out. Had other stuff going on at that point. Masking airplanes can be a pain sometimes. I think I had to order myself some more tape today. It took me 6 years to go through that last box, but I finally am on the last roll. And of course, they don't sell the one I use anymore, or at least the size. I had to find a different size. Hello, Ed. How are you tonight?
Oh, pretty good. How's everybody else doing?
I was just bored, so I threw up a live stream because I was sitting here at the bench.
Let me mute my YouTube real quick since it's playing on both my YouTube and my StreamYard. Yeah, I'm kind of working on two kits right now. I'm working on the GSX that I'm doing for my BG appreciation build, and I'm working on my C8 vet. Right now for the GSX, I've got the chassis. I've got the front suspension on the chassis, mostly. No, completely. And I've got the chassis painted. I mean, I've got some detail painting to do to it yet, but. And then over here, that's not part of that build. I've got a bunch of suspension and exhaust and the wheel backs for the various wheels for the bigs and littles, which is why
Cool.
they're numbered. Got some detail painting to do on those yet, but. And then for the vet, I've got a whole bunch of parts cut up off of the sprues, and I'm just getting stuff glued together.
I am working on my Squid F4.
And one thing that I do have to compliment Revel on their new C8 vet, as I'm going through and getting the engine glued together and getting stuff together, there is practically zero cleanup to do. I mean, other than just a little bit of touch up from the sprue attachment points,
Yeah.
that's it. That's all the cleanup there is. There are no mold lines or nothing. I mean, I
Yeah,
had
that's the advantage with 21st century tooling.
I hadn't looked real closely at the body yet. I'll get to that when I'm ready to start getting it primed and painted. But as far as for like cleaning up the engine and all the various components and the inner wheel wells and whatnot, there ain't no cleanup to be done. It's clean. And I just watched Paul over at ISM. I watched the three parts of his build on the Revel Germany version of this kit. And from watching his unboxing of the kit, and then a few hours later, I had seen a unboxing of the Revel USA version, which is what I've got. And the only difference between the two kits is the decal sheet, and therefore the decal call out in the instructions is going to be a little bit different. And I could be mistaken, but when Paul at ISM was going through the destruction manual for the Revel Germany does not have this listing where it's got the part number
Parts on it.
and then the part name. The Revel Germany does not have this. I mean, I could be mistaken on that. I could very well be incorrect. I have been known to be incorrect before. It's not completely unheard of. It's unusual, but not completely unheard of. Said with extreme sarcasm, by the way. I'm wrong all the time. But
Hey, JB.
hey, JB.
Yeah, I find pretty much with the newer Revel tooling and stuff that other than the instructions and sometimes the decals are pretty much identical kits.
Yeah.
Boxing sometimes is different too.
Yeah.
I mean, the flat box is a lot more with the Germany kits than they do here.
Yeah. I mean, the parts in watching Paul at ISM build his Revel Germany version and then looking at the parts as I'm taking them off the sprues to put them together for this Revel USA version, the parts are exactly the same. There's absolutely zero difference in the parts between the two kits. Like I say, it's the decal sheet. It's the only difference. But I mean, both kits, both versions come with right hand and left hand drive interior options. Um, now, Paul at ISM didn't much care for the kit wheels, so he used some aftermarket wheels that he had for his version. But I don't know. I think the kit wheels look all right, especially get them painted up nice and
it's personal taste, so you know.
yeah. But he also went with 24th scale wheels and tires instead of the 25th scale. And say, Michael, thank you for the membership, brother. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I launched my membership thing. What it'll do is you get to see the videos like a day earlier.
Yeah. Get to see the videos a day earlier. Anytime you release a video that is members only, I'll get to see that. And I get a special little icon.
Yeah.
Like the little star that's popping up at Michael's name.
Yep.
If I type something in chat, I'll get a little star like that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not in this to make any money. And just if I can pick enough to pay for the StreamYard subscription, that's all I'm after. Maybe a couple bottles of paint or something.
Right? That's like me. If my channel ever gets big enough to be able to become monetized, whatever income I draw from my channel, it's going to go right back into my channel. It's going to buy glue. It's going to buy paint. It's going to buy tools. It's going to buy kits. Maybe better lighting, more airbrushes. Well, that's tools, but maybe a better camera eventually. But yeah, whatever income I get from my channel, it's going back into the channel. When and if I ever get to that point.
Yeah, I've made a whole $6.13 so far since I've been monetized.
Oh wow. Hey, I mean, that's at least a bottle of paint. Or maybe a rattle can, depending on if you go with Rust-Oleum or if you want to try and save up for a hobby-specific brand.
The only hobby specific thing I use is Tamiya paint and Tester's paint. Otherwise, I tend to use whatever I can get for the cheapest price.
That's kind of how I feel about it. I mean, yeah, I did recently purchase from Amazon. As far as for paint goes, I did recently order up 2 rattle cans of Mr. Surfacer Black 1500. I would have gotten the jars for mixing it and airbrushing it if I could have, but I couldn't find it within the price range I wanted to spend / free shipping. But I also picked up 2 bottles of the Mr. Surfacer 1000 and Mr. Surfacer 1500.
I picked these up at Michael's the other day. They were four glass jars with lids. They were like $5, I think.
Yeah. I don't have the glass jars like that. I've got some little plastic jars with little press-on lids, and I've got 2 sizes. I've got this bigger size here, and then for smaller amounts, I got these little guys. But they work pretty good. I mean, they do the job.
If I'm just mixing paint for a project, then I use the old these.
Yeah.
The little condiment cups.
Yeah.
The lid seals up on them pretty good.
Yeah. When I'm actively mixing the paint up to be used right then and there. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I work for a catering company. Hello.
Yeah, I know. That's what you know exactly what those were. But yeah, right. If I mix like for a project, I'll mix it in that because I can mix enough to do the whole project and then have
and then
left over.
And if I'm just mixing just one color, like let's say I'm mixing up some of my XF16 to basically just thin it out so I can run it through my airbrush, and that's the only color in the cup. When I'm done, anything left over I have, it just goes right back in my bottle of XF16. Now, if say I mix 2 different colors together and get it all thinned out and ready, then that obviously goes into a separate container.
I can yellow tape the rest of that.
Yes, I'm blind.
Hey, Mike, we're just hanging out. I was bored, so I put up a live stream. You're welcome to come in if you want, or whatever floats your boat.
Hey, Mini Mike, what's going on, little brother? I call him little brother, yet he's older than me. Kind of funny.
You've got mail.
Somebody emailed me.
Got 8 people watching. Let me put tape on here. Did I win anything? Did I win anything? Did I win anything?
Yeah, that's a good question. Did I win anything? Did my name happen to get drawn second, like I was hoping it would?
Second was the airbrush, wasn't it?
Yeah, second was the LAPD car, the airbrush, and the paint.
Yeah, I'd rather win that one too.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I was more interested in getting my name drawn second for the kit alone.
Yeah,
Darn. I found the first mold line anywhere on any part of this Corvette.
last time I was at a show, they had that kit. It was a partial kit. The decals were gone, and they wanted $40 for it.
Woo!
It's like, well, the body's in there. So, well, that's about the only part I don't need. And so the decals were in there. They're shot. They're freaking 35 years old. They're no good.
Right. That's like the sealed copy of the kit that Mini Mike is giving away. I mean,
Yeah, I know they're not going to be any good either. But
yeah,
at least I could send them to Terry at SDS and have a set made for $25.
right. And then, of course, there's the fact that I wouldn't be doing it in the LAPD livery anyway. Watch the video. Yeah, well, I'll watch it in a little bit. I've been watching videos off and on all day, trying to get caught up. I'm about a day and a half, 2 days behind in my videos.
It must be the USB cable going bad because every time I bump my laptop, the cameras go off.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I recently had to replace the USB cable I keep in my truck for my phone for Android Auto.
It's just a standard USB cable. I just have to go to Walmart and grab another one.
Oh, same here. It's just the cable I was using was getting to the point where I hit a slight bump in the road, make the phone bounce, and connection's gone. I'm like, God bless it. Razza. Nothing more annoying than being in the middle of a song that you really, really, really like. And you hit a bump and silence.
Yeah, it's a cable that runs between my laptop and the USB hub that all the cameras are plugged into. That every time I bump the computer,
That's kind of an important cable there.
yeah. Well, I could use the camera on the laptop, but it's not very good, and the microphone on the laptop picks up the fan noise really bad.
Yeah.
Hey, Rick.
Thankfully, with where my webcam is physically located compared to being up on top of my primary monitor, with my tower being way down here, down at my feet, my webcam mic. It doesn't pick up my computer fans, but when I'm doing I notice when I do a video for my channel, if my AC happens to be on, boy howdy does it pick up that vent.
Oh yeah, when I'm shooting my regular videos, I got a fan running in the other room, in my bedroom, and you can hear it on the video all the time.
But yeah, y'all ever noticed that background hum during the moments that I'm not actively speaking in one of my videos? That's my AC. Hey, Papa Z. How you doing, brother?
I screwed up. I should have painted this the other direction. It'd been much easier to mask off. Should have painted the silver parts first and then masked them and then painted the blue. You never think about that till it's too late. Okay. Put in King Bob 3. Put in King Bob 3.
Hey, Bill Drat.
Okay, Josh won the Mustang. Hey, Jim.
Hey, how you doing? Got a new camera setup going.
Yeah,
Oh, well, we didn't win.
I know about them nicotine-infused breathing treatments there, Bilge. I make use of those myself. So
I used to. I don't know more. We didn't win, Ed.
no.
Maybe next time.
You know, it happens.
After Acme, if I got any money, I'm going to break down and buy one of those Black Widows from Harbor Freight. Anyway, so. At least that's the plan. Be right back. I gotta get my water. I'll get over here. Oh, it's empty. That's why I left it over there. Be right back. Okay. Let's see. It's like for you. It's what, Monday evening, Monday afternoon. I can never. Oh, Monday morning. Depending where you're at, somewhere between 9 and 7 in the morning in Australia. That should be enough. Well, big one. Throw a paper towel over the rest. Yeah. Yeah, I have your areas on my phone clock because I work with the guitar company people in China. That I got to pay attention to the time difference.
Yeah.
They never do. They always send me a text message like at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's like, yeah. I'm usually up, but then by the time I actually realize I got it and go to answer them back, they're gone for the day.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Corporations are like that. They expect you to be Johnny on the spot with their schedule, but they don't really give too much of a rat's hump rear end about yours.
We don't like Chrome anyway.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I consult a little for them. Basically, whenever they want to put up or put something new up on their website, since they don't speak English as the first language, I usually they send it to me and have me proofread it and make changes to make it American English as opposed to Google English. Which I have no problem doing because then they give me a discount on this stuff. I moderate their Facebook pages for them. And they also give me donations from my nephew's scholarship fund every year too.
Oh, that's cool.
So I don't mind doing it for them. And yeah, they always, it seems like it's like 5 o'clock and then 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, they send me the stuff. And by the time I see it and go through it, they're already gone for the day. So I have to. There's not a whole lot of real time conversation going on.
Yeah.
you out of the way. This up. Get some of the good stuff out. That's good.
And, you know, working with this new Revel C8, one thing that I'm very appreciative to Revel for doing is, you know, how Revel and AMT and pretty much everybody likes to do molded in on the pan, their logo and copyright and all that information.
Yep.
Well, on this brand new C8,
You usually print them on the new ones now instead of molding it.
well, no, there's molded in.
Is it?
But it's on the inside of the chassis that's going to be covered up by the body. Never going to
yeah, that's nice.
Got to worry about scraping it off. Whereas that GSX chassis that I'm doing for my BG build, there wasn't a lot to scrape off. There was a little bit here on this little corner and a little bit along this edge right here.
Well, all the newer ones though, that they're printing it in there now instead of having it in the mold in the tooling.
Yeah. I mean, it's got some black pad printed manufacturing marking on it as well. But it does have the molded in Revel logo and copyright 2024, blah, 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 blah. But like I say, it's all on the inside of the chassis pan where it's never going to be seen. And there's not any of the ejector pin marks on the underside of the chassis that are going to get seen or anything. So, yeah, I'm liking this kit.
Very nice.
Yeah, well, this one, I don't see it here. Where's my mouse? There's my mouse. It is right there on the corner.
Oh,
and it's on the bottom of the stabulator, so I'm not even going to mess with it. But copyright MMI Monogram Model Industries.
yeah, and that's a really tough spot to have been seen in the first place. So, yeah.
There's ejector pin marks there too, but at least they're on the bottom. You get the same thing, at least they're on the bottom. Take myself off. Hey Josh. How are you tonight?
Hey, Josh. That's the win in Mike's giveaway, Josh.
Yeah, he got the Johan Mustang. I don't know how well that's going to show, but
Well, hey, Miss Jess. How you doing, sweetheart?
yeah, the stainless steel extreme metals from AK.
That's looking pretty good there, Bob.
I'm putting on some burnt metal and some jet exhaust on it a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I like this stuff a lot. This extreme metal. I like it a lot better now, Clay. It's way more goof proof than the Alclad is. Hey, Michael.
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Oh, pretty good,
All right.
Big Mike. How you doing, brother?
Another day in paradise.
Hey, Marcy.
Sorry about
Hey,
the
Juan.
delay.
Hey, hey.
I was trying to tell y'all without giving it away, but the first 8 comments got a gift card from scalefinishes.com for $10. So I was waiting on the first 8 comments to come through before I was able to get on. But I wanted to say congratulations to Joshua. I see he's in the chat. Congratulations to him. And Pappy Tinkers won the grand prize.
Oh, nice.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Well, that clears up my question.
Right.
Everybody
Yeah,
but me.
we fast forwarded through it here a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
You see that we didn't win.
We had like 131 comments.
Cool.
It was pretty popular, so I was happy about all
Oh
that.
yeah,
Oh,
it was a good giveaway, dude.
thank you. I wished everybody could win, but you know how that is.
Yeah, it is what
I'd
it
go
is.
broke trying to do that. I'd
Yeah,
go
no
broke
doubt.
trying to do that for sure.
Yeah, you best be careful, Alex, because that just bites your ass. Hello, everybody out there in chat land.
So, what have you been up to, Miss Marcy?
Yeah, about 5'4" and all kinds of no good.
So they stack it that high now, huh? Well, I guess I should have
I'm
known.
tall enough to ride all the rides, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm not.
I probably should have known that because, I mean, I'm 6 foot and they stack it this high. So, of course, they stack it at 5'4". So.
like I said, I'm tall enough to ride the rides. Yeah,
So,
Rick,
Papa
we all
Z?
got Frizzo in the good book, dude. That list is getting too long. Y'all got to stop getting sick on us.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, half of my life is currently in boxes. I get the keys Friday. So there's hope that I might be somewhat organized once I get all this shit moved. That just means I gotta stand on my tippy toes, Alex.
That's why I made the missus sit down in the video, because she's 3 inches taller than me, and I did not want any more short jokes.
Only
She
people
was
under
my
6 foot can make short jokes. That's a rule.
Okay, so I guess I'm allowed to make short jokes then.
Yep.
I thought you were taller than 6 foot.
I am. Well, no, I'm 6 foot even.
Well, then you can't. I said under 6 foot.
Oh.
So unless you shrink an inch in the next, I don't know.
Yeah, no. I thought you said only people at least 6 foot. I apologize. I misheard you, Miss Marcy. I apologize about that.
Alex, I'll make it fair. Your terrain, and I'll give you a 20-minute head start.
Yes, Papa Z. It's a good thing she was sitting down. That's why I made her sit down. I was like, you stand up, and these people are going to slay me. So just sit down and be pretty.
Yeah, I didn't mention anything about little tights today, so you're good.
I know that was a good one, Bob. That was a good one
Hey,
last
Mac.
night or yesterday. That was a damn good one. I couldn't even be mad at you. I'm like, oh, that was creative and funny.
You holding on to that rein, Charlie?
Charlie Mac, what's up, Charlie?
Charlie Mac.
It just makes it fair, Alex. And my grandfather taught me how to hunt, so there it is. Really? My phone doesn't make a damn sound all fucking day, and it's gonna start now?
Mm-hmm.
It's usually about the time I fire up the camera to make a video, mine starts going nuts.
Yeah, I usually turn my sound off. I totally forgot to.
Yeah,
I had some updates come through, so I hit the update button and I put it down and didn't hit the silent button.
Yeah, it's like me. I was recording a video earlier today. I've done 2 videos today. I did my BG appreciation intro, which announced the fact that the votes for the GSX were 8-0. Got it. I had 8 votes for the GSX and 0 votes for the Vet. So BG's getting the GSX, and I'm still doing the Vet anyway because I've been waiting too long for this Vet. From back when Chris over at HBI guys did the test shot of this Vet, I was like, oh.
Down, boy.
Yeah. I like the C8 Vet. I really, really like the C8 Vet. And this this absolute brand new tooling from Revel. This sucker, it's just falling together. It literally,
Those are two words that are not synonymous with Revel.
I could toss this bottle of Tamiya in the box with all the parts
And shake it up.
shake it, open up the box, and I'm gonna have a partially used bottle of Tamiya cement and a built model. That's how easily this sucker's going together. And
just like Tamiya and Mang. Those are my two favorites.
yeah. And the only seam lines that I have found so far were on the were on part of the engine front cover, the larger piece, this backside piece of it right here had a little bit of a seam line around the edge of it, and then what are they calling? What is it? 125. Part 125 is.
Oh, now look at that. He got all friendly and now he's running away. Don't work too hard.
Yeah, fun at work.
Engine, man. Really?
He gets to climb trees all day.
Yeah.
I did that
I'd
a
trade
long,
for what
long
I
time
do.
ago, and I don't miss doing it at all. That's a lot of
I'd
work.
trade that for what I do. I mean, seriously, how many people on the planet can say, I can't do my job today, there's a koala in my way? And it's a legit excuse. I mean, come on. They can't, if the tree's got something living on it or hanging around on it, they can't touch it. They got to skip it and go to the next one. Wish it was like that here. They just go willy-nilly crazy and chop down whatever the hell they want.
Yeah. That's like, I need to do some tree cutting in my backyard because I'm not real sure what type of tree it is. I don't really know, but it has a whole bunch of super skinny trunks coming out of a central core. And when I say super skinny, I mean
like whip skinny.
No, like the size of my wrist or smaller, skinny. And it's got some purple, really pretty purple flowers on it. But the power lines coming from the pole in my backyard leading up to the weatherhead, going down to the meter on the back of my wall, they go through the branches of this tree. And this tree is one of those ones that's so super flexible that if the wind just goes, it starts doing this number.
Yeah.
And I have
that could be any number of things. That could be Rosa Sharon. That could be wisteria. Does it look like kind of like bunches of grapes hanging down when it's full bloom?
Let me go see if
I can smell sweet.
Let me go see if I can't pull some flowers off of one of them real quick, because there's a bunch of them all around the backyard there.
Don't pull flowers off, but go take a picture of it.
You would want me taking off.
Don't hurt it.
I'll be right back, y'all. No,
could be wisteria, could be redbud, could be jacaranda, could be Rosa Sharon, could be gypsy myrtle, it could be all kinds of shit. Hell, it could be lilacs gone wild. I'm thinking wisteria, though, because he described it as lippy. Even lilac ends up with a burrowed trunk in the long run.
There you go. I'm back on now. In between paint colors. Okay. Let's look at too dark.
All right.
Tight painting. Here, let me get.
Can you
Second.
big screen them, please?
Yeah, 1 second.
That's one picture I took.
Ooh, that is.
Like I say, it's really pretty purple flowers.
I think that might be an invasive. I think that's Paulina. It's either Paulina or lilac. Does it smell sweet or does it smell bitter?
Kind of sweet.
It might be lilac. It's really hard to tell with those pictures.
But that's the one that my power lines are running through.
Yeah,
You
I'd
can-
call
you
your
can kinda
call
see
your
'em right
utility
there.
company. Yeah, call your utility company. Don't touch that yourself.
We've had some power issues somewhat recently between Hurricane Beryl and then a couple of times after for I
Yeah.
have no idea what reason. And I've been able to speak to the power company people that came out to work on it and get the power back.
hmm
And they've said that the power lines going from the pole to the weatherhead, they are rubber coated, so you can cut it yourself if you want. And B, getting that tree cut because of your power lines going through it, that is the homeowner's responsibility. That's not us.
That's ass backwards because anything the lines go through, the either the county or the power company are supposed to deal with them.
Well, up here
You
where
guys
I'm
must
at,
have
it's
some
close
fucked
enough
up rules
close
down
to your
there.
house with yours.
We do. Texas.
Because I mean, even though they're coated or covered or protected or whatever you want to call it, you could still injure yourself doing that.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you don't know what you're doing with a chainsaw and you go
Even
to
if you do, accidents happen, you know.
true. But,
Are the leaves on that? Are they spade shaped?
pardon?
Are the leaves on it spade shaped?
I don't think so. I think they're more elm-like. The oval coming to a point like an elm.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Okay. Yeah, that's either lilac, jacaranda, or paulina. And if it's the third one, it's invasive, and you can pour gas on it and torch it. But the rest of them are non-invasives.
Yeah.
But yeah, it needs a serious grooming if it's into your power lines. And unfortunately, nothing you can do about that. You kind of gotta murder it a little bit.
Yep. And the problem with torching them, especially that one, it's close enough to the house that if I tried to torch that one, yeah, I'd likely burn down the house. So that's not exactly an option.
It could be that too, Michael. They're very similar, and like I said, without myself being there to actually take a look at it and smell the flowers and see what the flowers look like better than the photos, I can't tell for sure. They all look similar.
Yeah.
So. But you got about a 60% chance of it being an invasive plant.
Yeah. And, one of my first thoughts on what type of tree it was the crepe myrtle. First time I ever saw it, I was like, is that a crepe myrtle?
Yeah.
Because
as I said, it's definitely one of the four that I last mentioned.
Like I say, those branches are so incredibly supple that the wind
are strong too.
The wind just blows just that tiniest little bit.
Yep. And that is a characteristic of all four of those trees. So that's another thing. That's what makes it difficult without actually being there to physically look at it myself and smell it and touch it. I can't tell you what it is.
And the worst of it is, and the bark peels off on its own
like
accord.
paper.
Then, so, but And the only reason that bothers me with the power lines going through it and it going crazy like that with just the slightest little breeze, I have watched those branches put incredible amounts of tension on those power lines running up to my wall. I am so afraid that one of these days they're going to rip them lines off that wall.
Yeah, they definitely got to go.
I mean, it's not so much that the whole tree has to go, just the branches around the power lines.
Yeah, and the more you cut off of it, the more it's going to have undergrowth and just start right back over. So once you get it down, you're going to have to keep after it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised anything grows outside there. It's got to have roots clean all the way to here.
Yeah, we ain't been getting a whole heck of a lot of rain. But I mean, even our grass is still mostly green. It may not be as green and as pretty and as soft as a professionally cared for, as far as for being watered and fertilized and all that lawn, but it's still mostly green.
I don't even do all that. I just go out there and knock it down once a week.
Nice thing about that part, though, is my boss's landlord, the guy that he rents from, has a service come out and takes care of the lawn for us, so don't actually have to mow it ourselves. That's cool.
What a perfect name for your chat, Bob. Sleepy Sunday. That's exactly what it's been for me. She took me to the flea market this morning, and I took a nap this afternoon. It was like the flea market wore me out, and I only probably walked 500 yards, but it was like I walked a freaking 500 miles. I was sound asleep. Fat and lazy, I guess.
Okay, I don't think we're going to need to put the aluminum over. I'm kind of happy with that. It is now, so I'll call that done. It's our AK Extreme Metals on there. A couple of 3 or 4 different shades.
Yeah, those are some of my favorite paints.
It's titanium and burnt iron and jet exhaust, and then what was the other one I used?
I don't remember. I think aluminum. They have dull aluminum too, don't they? I think, yeah. Some of mine are sitting here. Most of it's packed up. Have you tried the metal varnish, Bob? Here's the Bob. Come in, Bob.
He may have lost his cameras.
Yeah, maybe.
USB cable's been going out on him.
Oh,
I don't know what's going on with it. I'll have to get the new cable when I go to the store this week.
yeah. It sounds like you got an angry cable or a bad port. Anywho, have you tried the metal varnish?
No, I've used the extreme metal and the super chrome, and also the true metal I've used once, which is the same as the extreme metal, just that it's a paste instead of a.
Yeah.
You can thin the true metal you can thin down and make the extreme metal out of it.
Yeah, I like the Vallejo metal colors. I got the varnish hoping it would be something that won't dull the metals, you know?
Yeah, those I'm going to get eventually. I'm going to try them out, but right now I've got all the metallics in the AK, all the metal colors. So until I'm run out of those, no sense in buying anything else.
Yeah, the only AK that I have right now, I think, is chrome. I might have a couple of the other colors that I bought specifically for a project and never used them for anything else. And I don't see them. Most of my paint's packed up right now.
I bought the super chrome because I was out of the AK regular the extreme metal chrome. When I ran just about out of titanium, then I'll start buying the Vallejo ones, I guess, too, and try those out. Because they won't stink as bad. These don't stink as bad as Outclad because well.
Yeah, I like the Vallejo, the metal color airbrush dull aluminum is really nice. I use a lot of that one.
Yeah, so right now I got all the extreme metal colors in the metal, so I haven't bought anything else. When I run out of those, I'll replace them with a different brand. I'll try a different brand.
Yeah.
So I have run out of the chrome, so that's why I went ahead and got the super chrome. I like the fact that you can brush that. So.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what sold me on that one. Self-leveling.
Yes, I have used the true metals, which is the waxy paste that they mix white spirits with to make the extreme metals, which you can do the same thing. But that's kind of a rub and buff stuff. It works pretty good too.
Yeah, I've had those. Those are not bad.
Yeah, I'll probably get the Vallejo Metallic C. I prefer using acrylics when I can get away with it.
Yeah.
Just for the smell.
Yeah, I've got more acrylics than I do any of the other types of paint, really. But that's mostly because when I started back in the hobby, I went straight to tabletop gaming pieces and figures. And then branched out back into all the other stuff.
Well, y'all, I'm going to dip out. I got all my giveaways taken care of, and I got my transmission glued up, so now I'm going to go eat me some dinner and try to relax a little bit. But thanks for hosting, everybody on cam. Hey, y'all, everybody in the chat. Again, congrats to Josh on his win and Pappy Tinkers. I don't think Pappy's in there, but Josh was in there. But again, thanks, guys. Y'all be good at it, and we'll see you.
King Bob, please.
Take it easy, little brother. Again, I'm calling him little brother, even though he's older than me.
It have something to do with that 6 foot thing?
It might be something to do with the 6 foot thing versus his much less than.
I don't usually brag, but my little Tykes bulldozer thing last night was a big hit.
Oh yeah.
He said he spent all day on the bulldozer, and I popped back that I didn't know little Tykes made a bulldozer.
That's all kinds of wrong.
Okay.
There's a small group of people around here that they have those mini cars, and they all look like Little Tykes toys. There's one that's actually the red and yellow, like the Little Tykes car. And then there's one that actually looks like a fucking Stegosaurus. It's got the triangular bony plates down the center of it.
Yeah, there's a guy running around saying, "Look,
The covers on the headlights are eyeballs. It's fucking hilarious.
yeah, there's a guy in St. Louis that has a smart car that's painted up just like a little Tykes, a red body."
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's
There's a couple of them too. It's got to be a local car club because I always see them grouped together in different places. I'd love to have that kind of disposable money because then I would have a Barbie car in a fucking heartbeat just because it's stupid as hell. And I'd even have the extra bling and I'd get a stupid little pocket poodle to go with it.
No, when I win the lottery, I'm going to buy another 77 Firebird, and I'm going to paint it purple.
Purple Firebird. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Shit, if I won the lottery, I'd be hitting up Jay Leno for half his collection.
I don't much. Because that's a car I used to have, and I loved it. I regretted getting rid of it. The only reason I don't regret getting rid of it is I traded it for the 67 GTO.
That was a good trade.
Yeah. But would like to have both of them back if I had the money. Yeah, it looks pretty good.
So, you guys gonna take bets on whether I actually get organized during this move?
It's one thing to be organized to move. It's another thing getting organized after the move.
Oh, shit, getting organized to move is easy. You just take all the shit in one room, stick it in a bunch of boxes, and you take it to the place that you're going, and you put it back in the same room.
In theory, that works great. So you sit there and you go, "Where's this thing? It was in this box. I'm pretty sure it was." And then 30 years later, you find it.
Or you don't find it. I've got stuff in boxes and closets here that's been in boxes for so many years, I don't even know what the fuck's in the box.
Yeah, last time I moved, anything I hadn't used in 10 years went in the trash. I don't care what it was.
That's kind of what I'm doing right now. Everything, I'm going through stuff and giving away what's useful and throwing out what isn't.
Well, smart thing to do.
I still have too much shit.
Amen.
I got one dresser drawer that was full of all my chuck pants and the toques and all my work clothes. And I'm not wearing them no more.
Keep one for a Halloween costume and get rid of the rest. Yeah.
There you go.
I gave them to my brother. He's still in the food service. So, but yeah, I had.
Well, that's good. They didn't go to waste.
Because I had all the cool ones. At being the boss, I got to have the cool ones.
Yeah. My problem is it's not all model shit. It's just literally everything.
Oh, I mean, that's everything. When the last time I moved, if I hadn't used it.
I'm not even talking model shit. That's the easy part.
But the only exception I made was books. I didn't throw away any books. Magazines.
Yeah.
Oh God, I probably threw away 2 tons of magazines.
Yeah, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with some of these books because I'm not keeping them all.
Send them to Charlie Mac.
Specific topic items that I have certain people that they can go to, but I have so many other ones. And the only thing I got worth keeping is like my Tolkien collection. Some of my older English lit classics. My Sherlock Holmes stories.
Oh, I had a racket go when I was in college.
I've got
Got scholarship, so I got my books for free.
some
They didn't
40s and 50s
so
print
stuff like
Shakespeare.
that.
Yeah, all my school books, those are all long gone. Those were sold to the next class. When people were looking for used books, I got rid of them as soon as I could unload them.
Yeah,
The only thing that might be left are a couple of my psychology books.
they got like a bandit because they'd give me all my books for free for being on scholarship, and in the semester I'd sell them back to the bookstore.
Yeah, I did that too.
So that was
What
free.
didn't go back to the bookstore got sold for a lower price to students coming into the class.
Slightly lower.
I take good care of my books, so they always got good quality. And if they were able to turn them back in to get credit for them, they could do it.
Well, if you got anything left that you don't have specific homes for that you just want to get rid of, you go and drop them off someplace like Salvation Army and let them put them on their shelves.
Yeah, there's a couple of resale shops here in town that take books. Certain ones they're not going to take though, because these charity shops are Christian ran. They're not going to take my books on witchcraft or anything science related, or any horror material or anything like that. So
yeah, I could see that.
I give them the friendly stuff, and I find homes for the other stuff in other places. I said some of it I've already got box stuff. It's going to go to another group that I belong to for people that are new to the group that are interested in the reading material. So it won't go to waste.
No good.
I'd love to be able to walk into a Christian ran charity shop and hand them a bunch of crap on witchcraft, but
That would just be awesome.
that just doesn't work that way. I want the knowledge to be spread, not thrown in the bin.
Right.
Well, any craft books you have that you're not going to keep, I gladly accept.
Well, mine are, a lot of the ones that I'm going to be giving to my group are what we consider starter material.
Mm-hmm.
Like Buckland's Big Blue Book. Anything that I have is not personalized to me, of different older pagan authors that have passed. Stuff that I have duplicates of that I didn't realize I had duplicates of, stuff like that.
Yeah, my most of my family took most of my culinary books. I don't have any of those anymore either.
I think I've probably got a half a dozen recipe books that were at my grandma's house. They're still here in my bookshelf. Those will go with me. Because a lot of them have paper stuck between the pages of her handwritten recipes.
Nice.
My main cookbook, I had to go buy another copy of it because I've been freaking wore it out. The bindings all come apart.
Yeah, I've got one really old one. It's being held together by two gigantic rubber bands. And it's got things written in the margins. My grandma used it and modified the recipes. And there's just little funny things that she wrote in all the margins. Really the only reason I keep it. If it
Unfortunately,
wasn't hers, I'd have chucked it in the bin years ago.
fortunately, it was still in print, so I could get another copy of it.
I don't know if this one is. This one's probably out of the 40s or 50s. I have to go look at it. I don't even remember exactly what it's called.
So this one is the Complete Book of Baking.
I hate when they use the word complete. There's nothing complete about any of those books.
It's about 3 inches thick, 8 by 10 size. Yeah, it's probably not complete, but it's got pretty much anything you'd be looking for. You could find at least some sort of recipe for,
Yeah.
and then you can vary it to match what you want exactly wanting. Like there's probably 100 different cheesecake recipes in there, but 90% of them are all the same base, just add the different flavors and chunkies, as I like to call them.
Hey, Jimmy.
Hey, Jimmy.
What's up, Jimmy?
What a Jimmy.
Say, Jimmy, on the short that you recently posted about balls, I don't think that's what they were talking about. Just say. Marcy's giggling like she saw the video.
I did. Well, I hope Dad's in the mood for tacos, because that's what I'm making tonight. Preface the title of this live, Lazy Sunday. Sleepy Lazy Sunday. I have to adult tomorrow. I don't have to adult today.
Yeah.
Somebody likes you.
No, that's my Fitbit alarm telling me it's time to get ready for bed.
It's still daylight, man.
What's that?
It's still daylight.
Yeah. It won't be when I get up.
You work at 4 or leave at 4.
I actually get up at 3:30 and leave a little after 4. And I start at 5. But I get out at
Yeah,
1:30.
that's about what time I come home.
Yeah.
Your lady, that's about what time I've been eating dinner. Been on the night shift schedule again.
I've been on the night shift schedule most of my life. I don't eat on a schedule. I eat when I'm hungry, and that's kind of a problem because then I usually go right to sleep. Can't lose weight when you do that.
Yeah.
I can.
I just kind of stay right where I'm at.
But then again, I've got one of those super ultra high metabolisms that's both a blessing and a curse.
Yep.
It's a
I used to
blessing.
work with a guy that was like that. I hated him.
Yeah.
He could eat 10,000 calories and not put on an ounce
Yeah.
every day.
That-
Every day.
I generally take in 10.5 to 12,000 calories a day because of my metabolism. And,
I'm doing good if I eat that much in a week.
and because of that, you know, I can eat
But when I
as
eat,
much as I want of whatever I want, whenever I want to. And I don't have to worry about am I eating healthy? Am I eating a whole cheesecake in a setting? You know, I don't have to worry about that. And yes, I can and have eaten entire cheesecakes. I'm talking 10-inch diameter,
New
3-inch
York style, 6
cake
inch tall. Yeah.
in a
Yeah,
setting.
I can. I don't recommend it, but my stomach hurt for a solid week after that. But it was
My
worth it.
stomach's not real happy with me.
I mean,
It was worth every bite.
Yeah.
you know, a couple of hours later, I'm going to be glued to the seat of my toilet for a little while because
Mm-hmm.
blowing it out. But hey, I can do it if I wish to. However, so like I say, it is a blessing in that I can eat as much as I want of whatever I want, whenever I want, and I ain't got to worry about it. It's a curse because I pay $800 a month for rent. And granted, yes, that is all bills paid, all my utilities and my internet. It's all in.
God, it's fucking cheap.
Yeah, it is. I don't care where you live in that street.
But
Just my 2 car payments alone freaking kills that.
my truck's paid for, so I ain't got to worry about that. But like I say, I pay $800 a month for rent, but I pay $1,200 a month for groceries for just me.
Wow.
Which means that's a curse. Because that's expensive.
It is.
Paying almost twice a month in groceries for what I pay in rent. That's kind of high. And speaking of cheesecakes in a setting, I'm gonna turn my camera off.
That fucker's got cheesecake and he ain't sharing.
Or
Strawberry swirl cheesecake at that.
some people.
Here, I've been on grilled chicken and steamed veggies all day to make up for the jelly donut I had yesterday.
It was only 1 donut, so that's a fair treat. Can't cut
but
yourself off completely.
when I got this morning, my sugar was like 220. So because I don't eat sugar at all anymore, so when I do eat it, it just
Pumps it through the roof.
I am not being mean, Papa Z. I turned my camera off so y'all don't have to watch me eat this cheesecake.
Yeah, but you told us about it.
I had to let you know why I was turning off my camera.
No, you didn't.
No, you just could have
Fred eats
said I'm
carrot
gonna
cake in
eat.
front of us all the time. So
Now, eating carrot cake on camera would be me being mean to Snappy Pappy.
Okay.
Not exactly something I think I'd want to do.
It'll just make my stomach turn. I can't stand carrot cake. Only thing good about carrot cake is the frosting.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Mm.
That's the only reason I eat carrot cake is to get the cream cheese frosting. Kind of the same reason I only eat the German chocolate cake. It's because I eat frosting.
Now, the chocolate cake, I'll eat that all day long. Carrot cake.
You and me both, Miss Marcy.
Well, don't get me wrong, Jimmy. I love it, but I just can't do it no more. Just can't eat it no more. I kind of want to keep my feet attached to my body and things like that. Though the doctor did say I did not have any neuropathy when they checked me last 2 weeks ago.
Good.
Oh, good.
The podiatrist said, well, come back in a year and we'll check again. So,
Yeah, and as long as you keep your habits in check, you shouldn't have a problem when they check next time.
yeah, well, I don't know. I wouldn't tell if I had it or not. The varicose veins in my feet are so bad that they hurt all the time.
Oh.
From 40 years of standing on my feet in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yep. It'll happen. Feet and lower legs. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got a couple of ugly veins on the back of my left leg.
Basically, my feet look like a spider web of varicose veins.
Yeah, my feet have gone flat. So anything that was like veiny before doesn't appear to be veiny anymore. I'm not sure if that's good or bad. And the only way to correct it is to wear orthotics in my shoes, and they can kiss my ass because I'm not going to wear shoes 16 hours a fucking day.
Yeah, I wear compression socks when I go to bed just so that I can sleep. Because that's when they hurt the worst when I lay down.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I wear them all
I've
day.
been lucky so far with that. I don't have any of that nonsense going on.
Yeah, they feel like they're burning, like you got them stuck in a bowl of hot water.
Yeah, the only time my feet feel like that is if I wear shoes longer than the amount of time I'm at work. And that, honestly, I think might be psychosomatic because I hate shoes so much.
Yeah. The first thing I do when I come home is take my shoes off.
I don't even get home. I take them off when I walk out the door of the building, and I fling them, tie them together and fling them over my shoulder, and they go in the back seat when I get in the car.
Yeah. Well, that's me, Marcy. When I get in my truck after an event, boots and socks come off, and I drive home barefoot.
What's up, y'all?
Hey, Jimmy. We're just hanging out,
Letting all this damn Irish food settle.
watching paint dry. Corned beef and cabbage?
No, okay, let me see.
Shepherd pie?
This place down the road, they just redid the whole building. It used to be like some little hole in the wall bar, but it always had good food. But they redid the building. A place called McDill's. And let me see. I had a BLT, 6 Irish egg rolls, and a Guinness.
What the fuck's an Irish egg roll?
Oh my god, so good. I had corned beef, cabbage, and a bunch of other bullfuck wrapped in a little thing and deep fried.
Okay. That's a new one on me. Hillbilly Irish food. Noted.
It's the first thing I would do when I go touring on working shows. I'd find out where the best Irish pub was in every town I went to.
Yeah, it's a good Irish pub. It was a good place when it was just a little hole in the wall. They had a little spot upstairs, and the dude that owned the building lived upstairs for a long time.
Yeah, every town's got that one bar. They always got the best food in town, no matter what other restaurants are available.
Yeah.
Yeah, here in it's my sister's bar here. Because they're still they use their own custom blend of beef for their hamburgers, and they've been using the same griddle since like 1962.
Oh,
Yep.
wow.
No reason to change it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Ooh,
Original
it's in my stomach.
62.
Sounds like you need to go take a nap, Jimmy.
Well,
Well, I just gotta let it settle. Man, I was fine, and then I was like, "Fuck it, I want a Guinness." Ugh, that was
Well,
work.
it's a good old stomach full of food and a proper beer. Yeah, that's enough to put anybody to sleep.
Oh,
Well,
let's
again, it's
settle.
a meal in itself.
Yep.
Well,
A proper Guinness is definitely a sandwich.
oh. Once it settles, I'll go downstairs. I was like in the middle of freaking painting stuff, and then my dad was like, "Hey, let's go get food." Because tonight at this other place over here, Horseshoe, it's a $10 steak night. But there was a birthday party or something going on in there, and it was an hour and a half wait to get seated.
Ooh.
Yeah, we went across the street to the Irish pub.
right?
There's a place up the road from us that every night of the week they have a $12.99 special, and it's always a boatload of really good food. I've never gotten
Hey,
up.
Jeff.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Jeff.
Fafa.
Oh, and I'm gonna go back to what I said a minute ago. Don't be bad mouthing my truck's testicles. I couldn't believe it when I showed up to work the other day and she was like, "Here, I bought you these." Like, Jesus Christ. Oh gosh, she's a cute little thing too. About a little 5 foot tall Latino girl.
Oh, yeah? You like that hot tamale, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't blame you. I'm a connoisseur of the hot tamales myself, so
Hey, Kevin.
got a few of them that I work with. So,
Mm-hmm.
damn, Fafa, you had to go there, huh?
Gee.
That's just mean, Fafa. Hey, Mr. Smith, how you doing, brother?
She's definitely not 300 pounds. She got a little weight where it counts, though. Catch my drift.
You saying she a little top heavy?
And she a little top heavy and a little heavy towards the middle. When she first started, she's been working her about 2-3 months now. She first started, she was pretty quiet, and she figured she took on quick of how to do the job. And then once she got like really kind of chilled around everybody, and she started having actual conversations. Her sense of humor is more fucked up than my sense of humor, which is saying a lot. That's saying a lot.
Well, you know, I mean, it's like some of the girls that I work with at this catering company that I work for, you know, here I thought I had the sick and twisted and
Oh, no.
incredible
Yeah.
bent and warped sense of humor.
Yeah.
And some of these chicks that I work with, they're like, they start telling jokes, and I'm like, whoa, wait, what the hell did that come from?
And the thing that's even the best about it is they usually get it from their Catholic grandma.
Say some of the dirtiest jokes I ever heard was told to me by an Irish priest.
Yep. Oh yeah, some of the best jokes I ever heard came from my mother-in-law, man. About as Catholic as a Catholic could get.
Just makes it easier. I don't have to watch what I say or know I can't really say that or that or that in front of her. Just kind of fuck it.
What you got to worry about with the Latin girls is their daddy.
Yeah. And don't say anything around their grandma.
Yeah. They would just
Grandma
assume
is far worse than dad.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, yeah.
She didn't talk much about her dad. I've met her mom, though. Her mom's Judas Priest. I don't know where she gets it from.
If you could manage to get in good with grandma, oh, you set for life.
Well, it's getting late. I probably should go make those tacos I was talking about.
Yeah, I gotta head off to bed myself. So. Good seeing and chatting with you all.
Thanks for stopping by. We'll be back on Tuesday.
All right,
Yeah.
See y'all later.
Catch you later.
See you, Marcy.
You leaving too, Miss Marcy? Yeah, guess so.
Let's see, I have to go cook dinner or something. So.
Yeah.
Well, shit. Now I'm laying here. Where is my...
All right, Miss Marcy. You have a good night, sweetheart.
Where is my plastic dildo? Ugh.
You mean your electronic dildo?
I always called them plastic dildos. But I guess both work. Ooh. Ooh. Ugh. God, I don't know why I do this to myself with Guinness. How can I know it's just going to hurt my stomach?
Yeah, it's the thing about Guinness. You got to be careful with it.
You can't drink a lot of it.
It's like
One,
with the
and
Scotch.
I'm done. After one, I'm done.
You can do Guinness. You get one, and you nurse it for an hour or two. It is so filling.
And this guy amazed me. St. Patty's Day a couple years ago when we were there. God, back to back to back. He was slamming Guinnesses and then shots in between.
Oof.
Dude.
Yeah.
I was surprised he was standing. Well, I was surprised he was standing, and then I walked over and started talking to him. I don't think I've ever heard a heavier Irish accent. And then I figured out why the hell he's still standing after all that.
Yeah, that might just have a little bit something to do with it.
Yeah.
About the only people that can outdrink an Irishman is a Scotsman.
Ooh. I don't know. I don't know. I want to go to Acme this year, Jeff, but I don't know. It's still very open if I'm going or not. I know the one over in St. Louis here in September. I'm definitely going to try to go.
Oh yeah, I'll be there. Unless something major goes wrong, I'll be there.
Yeah.
The one 14th or whatever. Yeah.
And whilst I would personally love to be there, I already know I ain't gonna be able to afford it this year. That's just that that is not gonna be a doable thing for me.
Yeah, I kind of treat it like my annual vacation.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, shit.
I mean, it's only a couple of days that I'm gone, but I'll leave on Thursday night and come back on Sunday night. But just not being here is worth its weight in gold some days.
Nope, wrong button.
Damn, the squids had to make life miserable on me. Couldn't paint the plane just one color. They gotta have chrome strips all over the damn thing.
Yeah, well, you know us squids, we gotta make life difficult.
Well, an interesting fact, they use on the flight line, they use Krylon paint to touch up these Blue Angels birds when they get scratches on them. Just straight Krylon royal blue or something like that. What color it is? Look at it again. Krylon True Blue is what they use if they got to touch up the planes on the road.
Yep. It's a close enough match and it's a high enough quality.
Well, Kevin, if I go, we'll just walk. I'll just put you on my shoulders and we'll walk around all day like that.
My only problem would be having to have shoes on all day. If I could afford to go, that is.
Like wear flip flops.
I don't even like that. I mean, I've got a pair of rubber clogs that I keep in my truck for like if I pull up to a convenience store or I go to Walmart or something like that. I got something I can put on my feet so I ain't walking in barefoot. But I can't even stand having those on my feet. I cannot stand having anything, not even socks, on my feet.
Well, nah, Kevin, I'll just walk around all day with you on my shoulders.
I got a power chair that was my dad's, but it's so freaking heavy. It takes 4 people to load it and unload it.
Ouch. Nice thing about that is for if I'm going to be going somewhere with mom where it's a situation where she's going to need her power chair, I've got a receiver hitch mount power chair rack that I just slide up into the receiver hitch on the back of my truck, pin in it, and then just fold a ramp down, drive the power chair right up onto it, fold the ramp back up, strap everything down, and we're good to go. Don't take no lifting. Well, the rack takes lifting, getting it slid up into that receiver hitch, and sucker ain't light. But as far as for trying to load up that ancient old power chair of hers, and I do mean ancient.
Well, I guess this is Ed's live now.
Yeah, Bob's been having problem with his with the USB cable that connects the hub that his cameras are on to his laptop.
Yeah, Kevin, I freaking definitely bench more than you weigh. It'd be all right.
I'm talking about benching more than people weigh. Even with as much calorie content as I consume per day, Miss Marcy could probably bench more than I weigh. Yeah, I top out that scale at $150.
Damn. And
And
if you're only $150, I'll have Kevin on one shoulder and you on the other shoulder.
probably. And thing is my little brother and I are both 6 foot tall, and he outweighs me by a lot because he's like 420, 450, somewhere around in there. And I out eat my little brother on a daily basis.
Yeah, my brother's like that too. He's 183 last time he was weighed. And yeah, that boy can out eat the hell out of me. Oh, shit's taller than me now too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, freaking. He just turned. How old is he? 15. He's already taller than me.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's tall. He's scrawny.
Well, I mean, it's like me. I stand 6 foot even and I weigh 150. So you look up the word beanpole in the Webster's dictionary and you see my picture.
Mm-hmm.
And the worst of it is because I am so tall and so skinny, finding jeans for me, I cannot go to a store and pick up a pair of jeans off the shelf that's going to fit. I have to order my jeans online. It's the only way I can find my size.
Yeah.
But for my work, the jeans that I wear for work, for that style of boot, I wear a 30-36. And on the rarity that I get dressed up and I'm going to wear my Western boots, then I wear a 30-38. And either way, you ain't finding either of those sizes on the shelf at a Walmart. Not that. I done gave up on even trying to look for those sizes on the shelf at Walmart.
Yeah.
It just ain't happening.
That's what I gotta do. I gotta order mine right off freaking Levi's website just because I got such big calves. Non-skinny jeans will look like skinny jeans on me.
Yeah. Now, I can go to Walmart.com and I can order my jeans through them. And I can get the size that I need. I just can't go into the store and pick them up off the shelf.
Oh, Kevin, if you're 210, I definitely can't have you and Ed on both shoulders, but I can definitely have you up on my shoulders, Kevin.
Yeah, I generally prefer Wranglers myself.
Dude, Wranglers just do not make freaking. I've never had a pair of Wranglers that have fit me as well as Levi's do.
Yeah.
They're either too tight in the leg or they're freaking just like tight in the waist. I can never find a size that like actually will fit my big fat ass.
Yeah.
I used to wear a lot of Wranglers. Just I went through a little while where I liked wearing skinny jeans, and then I realized, damn, my legs are really fat. Skinny jeans do not look good on me.
Whereas me, I don't really wear skinny jeans because the jeans I wear for work are the quote unquote city boy style Wrangler with the square patch up on the waistband of the jeans. And so they're more of a relaxed fit, and they're not tight on my legs, but they're not so baggy I look like I'm wearing parachute pants either. Whereas my Western wear Wranglers, my boot cuts and my cowboy cuts, oh, excuse me, those I get in the slim fit, so that way when I get up in saddle, when I climb up on a horse in the saddle, I don't wind up getting saddle sore. Because if you've ever ridden a horse riding jeans that weren't at least somewhat tight fitting in the thighs,
Mm-hmm.
you gonna be hating life after an hour. I mean, there's a reason why cowboys wear their jeans tight like they do.
Overalls kind of guy. I did it. They don't fit me no more. I'm too fat. But I used to have an old pair of bibs I wore a lot. That was when I was doing the landscaping with that old guy.
You were manscaping an old guy?
Oh, wow. Say, Jimmy.
Damn, out of nowhere.
You walked right into that one.
That's more than we needed to know about you, Jerry.
Well, Fafa, personally, I'm in the process of working on.
He's working on a piece of cheesecake.
No, I done worked on that. That's done. But this is the chassis for the 70 GNX or GSX rather, that I'm building for my BG appreciation build. Still got a little bit of detail painting to do on it. And over here, I have the rear suspension and drive shaft, exhaust, and wheel backs. It's kind of waiting on the metallic aluminum white coat front drive, and start gluing that stuff together onto the chassis. And while I'm waiting on that stuff to cure up to where I can touch it, I'm in the process of gluing together engine and chassis parts and stuff for this guy. And this guy, he just like a Hasegawa, Tamiya, and all those in Mang. I could literally take this here jar of Tamiya cement, toss it in the box with all the parts, shake it, open up the box, have a partially used box of cement, and a perfectly built model kit. It is that nice. And here's where I'm at so far on the engine sub-assembly. And I've got the engine front cover put together. I haven't glued the headers together, but they're just kind of mocked. And I've got, I think most of the rest of it I'm going to pre-paint, detail paint, and then glue together where needed with some super glue. And it's a bunch of damn parts. I mean, kit's got 142 parts in it. And what's really cool about it is some of those parts are provisions for both left-hand drive and right-hand drive on the interior. And then there's, well, let's see, count them out here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. There's 25 individual pieces for the engine and transmission assembly, and that's just the first 10 steps.
Damn.
Yeah. And there's actually even more than that for the engine, because you then have the header shrouds that go over the headers. You have the engine cover intake. You have the exhaust pipes that go from the headers to the muffler assembly. You have the supercharger intake intercooler. So yeah, there's actually even more than that for the engine, more than that 25. So yeah, I mean, this thing is just incredibly detailed. I mean, and if you want to see the car get built immediately, Paul over at ISM has a 3-part series that he's already posted on his channel of building this car. It's the Revel Germany version, whereas I have the Revel USA version. But the only difference between the two kits, the two versions, is the decal. The Revel Germany version has a slightly different decal sheet than the Revel USA version. But otherwise, they're the exact same kit. There's no difference. As far as for the parts, there's absolutely no difference in the styrene between the two kits. I just looked up and read the chat exchange between Kevin and Papa Z.
Oh, Lord.
As Brian would say, Jesus Christ.
Charlie was here for a little while. Yeah. He popped in, left a message, and then I guess he probably went home or went to bed or whatever. He's an old man, so he's probably in bed.
You know what, Kevin? I'd make bell bottoms look like regular jeans. I got fat ass calves. Fucking ankles about that big fucking around.
Damn it, Jimmy. That shit. It's contagious.
I better go up there and make a pot of fucking coffee. I want to finish this something down here tonight. All I did last night was paint. I couldn't do anything.
Yeah. Whereas me, I do have hair. Maybe not a lot, but I do have hair.
I do too. It's all in my ears and my nose.
I mean, I got plenty on the face, just not enough up here.
Who needs hair? I got enough share. I got enough share.
Yeah, I used to rock the mullet back in the day.
I've always had one. So has my dad. That's the reason I've always had one. Of course, this fucking thing won't fit. Well, I just put it on. Probably both. Just like putting it on. And there we go. OBS Chevy dashboard done. Fuck! I'll make coffee. Yeah. There. Sweet. Interior done on it. And that's all I can do until I get wheels ordered. And I can't paint it until I cut the wheel wells out. And I can't cut the wheel wells out until I order some wheels.
Yeah.
Since I had to move that motor back far to make it fit with that, will this interior fit in there now? I feel like the top of the dashboard is going to hit the back one of it. No, shouldn't. Get in there, you bastard. Nope. Sweet. There it comes. And there we go.
Oh, we're almost
Still
there.
can't believe,
One more wing to do.
still can't believe how well this frame from the Fusep 100 fits under this single cab OBS kit.
All right, Papa Z, you have a good night, brother.
Hey, Tasha, how are you this evening?
Hey, Tasha. Yeah, I was eating cheesecake earlier, so don't feel bad. Strawberry swirl cheesecake at that.
Yeah. The way my stomach feels, you can keep it.
Not my fault you overindulged.
I didn't overindulge. I had one Guinness. I should have just had the fucking Budweiser. Hey, laddie, fuck it. We're the Irishman in an Irish pub. I had to have me a Guinness. Guinness and a potato. Irish meal, laddie. What the fuck was I doing to the Cadillac? I was painting shit, but where was I at? Oh, tears. Let's turn that big pain. Good now. Actually, I could probably put the interior guy on the camera. No. Yeah, until I get another silver Sharpie. Because that bitch at the NASCAR race stole my Sharpie.
Or mine.
Um, no good. Surprise. Paintbrush. Um, oh, yeah. Where did that? Where did I get these from?
Later, Jeff.
See you, man.
Later, Jeff.
Let's not get paint everywhere. That one's already clean. thicker. There you go.
One more wing to go.
No. Shit. Fucked up. It's not too bad though. Okay. Hold it back a minute for when I spill it. Like that. That goes like that. Go like that. And then go with another. Now, oh, that's good. Okay. Let's see. Put the seats in before I do that.
Yeah, kids going back to school this week. Wow.
That's sweet. My brother went back like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I made my pack on
I already know.
Monday.
You know, hellions don't know how to do nothing right. They're liable to walk out right in front of you when you're doing whatever speed you're doing, even if you are doing the posted limit. Going to walk right out in front of you and get splattered all over the damn road, and then you're the one getting in trouble for hitting a kid.
Well, I need to get the fuck off their phone and pay attention.
That's why.
I tell my brother that all the time.
I do my best to avoid school zones during the school year for exactly that reason, because they don't know how to get the fuck off their phone and pay the hell attention.
Oh yeah, that was the main reason of all the accidents at fucking my school. And it was always the kids that mommies and daddies bought their car for them were the ones getting into accidents, texting and driving or whatever.
Well, see, not only that, but what I'm more worried about with school zones than the little morons that are too busy texting to pay attention to what they're doing while driving is the little morons that are too busy texting to pay the fuck attention to where they're walking.
Yeah.
It's the ones that are going to walk out in front of my 94 Chevy that weighs a heck of a lot more than any 2000 anything on the road.
Oh yeah.
Even if I'm doing the posted speed limit 25 mile an hour, that heavy ass truck at 25 mile an hour is going to splatter some little twerp that didn't know how to put their phone down and pay attention to where they were walking.
Yeah.
Which is why I avoid at all costs school zones during the school year.
Yeah, that's my brother. I can't get him to put his fucking phone down for shit.
It's just God putting a little extra chlorine in the gene pool. That's all.
That's the difference between me and my brother. I was already a freshman in high school when I actually got an actual phone. That wasn't a flip phone. He was he wasn't even in middle school yet. He was in 6th grade.
Oh, wow.
He was a lot younger than me when he got his first phone.
Yeah, and the smartphone distractions, that's a hazard for grown-ups too. Because about a year and a half ago, I'm driving down one of the tollways here in Houston on my way to an event site, and there's this Maserati in front of me. And that Maserati is doing this in the lane. On top of that, he's driving at 50 mile an hour with posted speed limit being 75 miles an hour.
Speak of the devil, that little girl I was telling you about, the truck that's texting me.
Thing is this particular patch of this particular toll road was 2 lanes in each direction. And I had cars, just a steady wall of cars on the opposite side of me. So I couldn't get over to get around this moron. Well, it finally opened up to 3 lanes. So I moved over into that far left lane. And as I'm passing this dude, this Maserati, the car is so brand new, it still has the dealership window sticker on the driver's side rear passenger window. That driver's side, that rear driver's side door behind the seat, driver's seat, still had the dealership's window sticker on the window. And the dude driving the car,
See, you can't even do that in my car. As soon as you push the ignition key, my phone Bluetooth locks up to the things to the car, and the screen won't work.
oh yeah?
Yeah, the screen will not come on till the car's turned off. Now, if somebody sends me, calls me, or text message, it comes across the text message comes over as a voice translation, or the phone. It pops up on the display. Do you want to answer the call or not? And then it's the speakerphone on the car. But yeah, as soon as I hit the start button, you can't turn my phone on. And Jimmy's back.
Okay, there we go.
And it is nicotine time, y'all. I shall return momentarily.
All right.
No. Get up.
All right. Hold down the fort, Jimmy. I'll be right back.
What does that mean, Marcy? Well, I put that on top of the steering wheel. I can't put the steering wheel until my fucker's dry. So it's a bitch. Yeah.
No, Kevin's the one. Kevin's the semi-smart one. Bob is the one with the one eyeball. No, Bob has two eyeballs. Who has the one eyeball? Stuart. Stuart, the dude that plays the guitar and shit. The stoner minion is what I call him. He's the one that started playing Eruption at the end of the Minions movie on the guitar. I've been left alone. I am scared.
Yeah, I got one of those nifty little stars after my wrench as well. Should I type in chat?
What do the stars mean?
Channel member.
Oh.
You get access to Bob's videos just a little bit earlier. If he puts up a video that's members only, I get access to that. Plus, I get that nifty little star after my name. So,
You're one of King Bob's minions.
yeah, I'm one of the minions. Yeah, I was gifted. Surprised the bejeebers out of me when I got the email about it. I was like, whoa, wait, what? I was like, whoa, wait a minute. When did that happen? That's cool. So,
If it doesn't qualify, that should just go right in. Well, I feel like it's not qualified. Not well. Okay. Damn, I like the interior on the Spruce Cadillac.
Sorry, guys. I gotta take care of my mom.
You're good.
She's bitching there waiting. I can't make her TV work. I said, push the power button. That's all there is to it. And she can't find anything you want to watch on. I'm sorry, Mom. It's Sunday night. Ain't nothing all about football. But she doesn't. We got 200 and something channels. And the one she watches is Fox or NBC.
Sounds like my dad. Except it's Fox and Newsmax. Or Channel 100 if Keaton Peele is on.
Just can't remember how to do it anymore. I mean, you can go to the networks, you know, the 2, 4, 5, 11, 30, 9, those channels, network channels, because you can just put the number in. You can remember those numbers. She likes to watch like old cowboy movies, and it's on Grit and Heroes and Icons, and she watches Bones all the time on BBC, but none of that's on tonight, so she can't find nothing. She's bitching because the TV don't work. She wants me to get her a new one. Because TV doesn't have any channels on it she wants to watch. Side.
It's just Boost Cadillac was a little bit more affordable. Got some nice ass parts in it. Seats, the frame, radiator, motor. Fucking frame would be nice under a couple cars.
Yeah, I got it set up as easy as possible. When you hit the power switch, it goes right to the. It opens up the direct TV and goes right to the channel guide, so you can pick what channel you want to watch. It's even voice activated. You can just push the button and tell it what channel you want, and it changes channels.
You got one of them fancy schmancy TVs.
Well, that's in the. I have the direct TV streaming. That's on the direct TV stream. Is the voice search. So if you want to watch YouTube, you just button say YouTube, and YouTube comes up. Or the only one that doesn't work for is Tubi, because every time I say Tubi, it says there is no channel poopy. It puts up on the screen. There is no poopy. P-O-O-P-I or Y. P-O-O-P-Y.
I'm the same way. I only really stick to 2 channels on my TV: the Motor Trend channel and the channel Walker Texas Rangers on.
That's it. There's boatloads of stuff she watches on all of. I got over 200 channels programmed in there in alphabetical order, but she can. Last couple of days, it's done every day. Make my TV work. Can't make my TV work. If I did go get her a new one just to make her happy, you can't buy just a straight TV anymore. They're all smart TVs.
Yep.
So they're all exactly the same. They've all got the Roku and YouTube and all that stuff already built into it. So I got it set up so it automatically goes to a direct TV stream when you hit the power button. So can't make it any easier. It's easier to use than our cable was. I mean, it's cable, but it's just the way it's going to be. I think we're going to have her in the home by Christmas time.
Ouch.
Damn.
That sucks.
Unless we can talk them into giving her paying for a home health care person, yeah.
Yeah, it is funny, Marcy. Like them damn Alexas. Fucking, I don't know. Alexa's a bitch. Alexa will argue back with you. Ex-girlfriend always used to get pissed. I go over to her house and hang out, and I ended up arguing with her damn Alexa. I walked by it one day and just went, "Hey Alexa, fuck you," and it just fucking Alexa will roast the shit out of you.
Yeah, that's one thing I do miss. So iPhone is not having Siri anymore. We had Cortina or something like that, and it's just not as good.
From what I understand, they're still going to have Siri for the small stuff, the small inquiries and whatnot. But they're going to be doing this new AI thing for the bigger, more involved AI related tasks. And I'm sorry, I still, every time I hear anything about any kind of advancement in AI, immediately think about a very, very large man with a very heavy Austrian accent asking the question, Sarakana?
Mm-hmm.
Scares the ever living bejeebers out of me. Because scientists are way too often much more concerned with the question of, can I do this? And nowhere near concerned enough with the question, should I do this?
Classic part.
I need dinner.
And if you need any further evidence of technology that was created with nothing but good intentions and turned into something beyond incredibly evil, Albert Einstein and all the advancements he'd made in nuclear energy with the intent that it be used for energy, like electricity and powering your homes and everything like that. And then these moron scientists came in after him, took what he did, and turned it into the atom bomb.
You seen the movie about that, Oppenheimer?
Nope.
It's a long, it's a very interesting movie. I'm not a big fan of movies like that, but yeah, it's an interesting movie.
Yep. And when it comes to Alexa and Hey Google and all these other things like that, several years back, I was reading a Wired magazine, and toward the back of those magazines, they had little mini interviews. Took up about a quarter of a page in text with just various individuals that were in the tech industry. And in this one particular copy of Wired magazine I was reading, one of those little mini interviews was a reporter who worked for Wired magazine, and they were interviewing the, at the time, United States. That's all, folks. They were interviewing the, at the time, United States Air Force 3-star general in charge of cybersecurity and defense. One of the questions that this particular general was asked: do you have a Amazon Echo or whatever it is, whatever the actual device name is, not Alexa, but the physical device? Do you have one of those in your home? I think it's like an Echo Dot or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And that particular Air Force general replied with, hell no. Enough said. If the 3-star Air Force general in charge of cybersecurity research and defense says hell no to Alexa, Hey Google, Siri, etc., good enough for me. I do not have any Alexa devices in my house. And as far as for my phone is an Android, so it doesn't have Siri, but it does have the Hey Google capability. I have that physically disabled.
Same with mine.
You know, call me paranoid, but sorry, not sorry.
Alrighty then. That's those.
Yeah. And you know, and that's the sad part. Even with the Hey Google service that's built into my phone, physically disabled, it's still listening to me, because a couple of days, or not days, about a month and a half, 2 months ago, I had my phone I was kind of leaning against the bed of my pickup, and I had my phone sitting just right there, like a foot and a half away from me, and talking with one of my chefs, and I'd mentioned Starbucks because he was looking for, this was back during a barrel, and he was looking for a spot where he could go to get some Wi-Fi. And so we mentioned Starbucks. And within 30 minutes, my phone was bringing up Starbucks ads. Within 30 minutes of having said the words Starbucks, my phone was bringing up Starbucks ads. Tell me that shit ain't spying on you, and I'll call you a damn liar. Yep. It's exactly what it's called, Miss Marcy. And the worst thing about it, it's perfectly legal for them to do that. Just like it's perfectly legal for your internet service provider to gather information on your surfing habits and websites that you go to, things that you search out and look for on the internet, and then sell that information to advertising companies so that they can targetedly advertise to you, whether you want them to or not. There's nothing you can do about it. And the problem with ad blockers is you have to keep updating your ad blockers because they keep updating their systems to get around your ad blockers and or to ban your ad blockers. And I mean, it's like with all the various ads that get shown on YouTube. What I find almost humorous is every one of the socio-political commentary channels that I subscribe to are conservative channels. And yet, here this past, well, ever since Biden stepped down from the race and Kamala was selected to take his place instead of the Democrats running a proper primary to properly democratically choose who their new candidate was going to be, even though all my socio-political commentary channels are conservative, I've been getting ads from Kamala and her choice for vice president in my YouTube feeds. And I'm like, wait a minute, the hell you doing playing these ads on my feeds when you know damn well I'm looking at Amala Epinobi, I'm looking at Officer Tatum, I'm looking at Candace Owens, I'm looking at Russell Brand, I'm looking at Brett Cooper. I mean, yeah, I think that might be what they're trying to do, Marcy. Oh, lucky you.
Well, they don't break it down on there whether, you know, Republican or Democrat or whatever. They see you watch a lot of political YouTube videos and they start pumping our channels with political views and they just start pumping the political ads. Like if you watch a lot of car videos like we do, the model car videos, you get bombarded with ads for new cars and stuff like that.
Yeah. No, sir, I don't have any experience with satellite-based internet providers.
Starlink, I think Blue Streak has Starlink. I like some friends that have it in their RV, and it's okay. You can watch like Netflix and stuff on it if you're getting a decent somewhere you can get clear signal to the satellite, clear view to satellite. But It's not the best for uploading and stuff. I mean, you can. It's like that's one of those deals like we used to have one here where you would make a video and you'd put it on to upload when you went to bed. If you're lucky, it'd be done when you got up in the morning. So it's not bad for like downlink speed. But sending stuff up is a whole lot slower. Oh, they just use ghost numbers now, Marcy. So you block one, they just have a new one up running. Once you get called on the one, they
Yeah.
In fact, I've gotten calls that say they're from me to my phone because they're using a freaking robo caller with a cloning number cloner. It just clones the number and uses it for an hour or two until it starts getting blocked, and then they change to a new number. Okay. Let's see how wide.
Yep. And when that auto dialer, like Bob said, when that auto dialer notices that it's going straight to voicemail / being blocked, it'll switch to a different number to dial from.
It just clones a new number. Yep.
Which means really blocking numbers really doesn't do much good.
Oh, I want those to be.
Yep. And the worst of it is you can threaten them with legal action if you answer those phone calls and as they start going off into their spiel, you tell them, stop, put me on your do not call list. Do not ever call me again. And then hang up. And then they call again. And you repeatedly tell these people, put me on your do not call list, but they don't do it. You can even start threatening legal action, and they still don't give a rat's.
Well, they went to the number clones because they can just, if someone reports that they're thought, sends in a spam report, then they just 10 minutes later using a new number.
Mm-hmm.
And you almost never run out of actual numbers that they can use. Only two sizes. Cool. I would just slip a wrong one there. All right. Yeah, I don't even answer my phone unless I look at it, unless it's somebody I know calling. Of course, that was on a habit from going when I was working still, because they'd always freaking call me on my day off or call me to come in early, and so I never answered. Got to, they knew I wouldn't answer. They'd had to get one of the people I knew there that I worked with that had my number and get one of them to call me. Because I figured I would answer them. It worked like twice, and then I quit on my days off. I just wouldn't answer the phone from even people I know.
Right.
Let it go to voicemail. If it wasn't about work, then I'd call them back.
Yeah, Marcy, I do tend to agree. If a manager tried to have one of my coworkers call me on the weekend to try and get me to come in on my day off, it not going to go very well for the manager. Oof. Ouch. Yeah, dropping a new C8 vet off of a lift. Yeah, that's an expensive mess up right there. Hey, Mr. Leonard, how are you, brother?
Hey, Edward.
The only reason I wouldn't be able to do something like that for my situation, Miss Marcy, is everybody in the company has everybody's phone numbers, and we all use our personal phones for intercommunication, even within the company. So, now granted, most of the people I work with, only time they call or text me is company business. It's extremely rare that anybody I work with is calling me or texting me for personal reasons.
The day of my dad's funeral, they called me. He hadn't been in the ground 10 minutes. And my manager was calling me, wanting to know if I was coming to work the next day.
If it's my day off,
He
I'm
got
not.
a piece of my mind. And I waited till I got in the next day to tear into his ass.
My manager calls me within 10 minutes of me clocking out, wanting to know when I'm coming in the next day. If I'm scheduled to work that next day, I'm coming in when I'm scheduled to be there. If it's my day off, no. That is a feature that I really wish Android would start using, because I can't stand iPhone or anything that's Apple/Mac for that matter probably stems from way back when I was in the 3rd grade, and school I was going to at the time got a bunch of Apple Macs for in-classroom computers, and they were the biggest pieces of dog turd that I had ever seen computer-wise.
Some bitch.
And I've never been able to tolerate Apple/Macintosh products ever since. No.
In high school, we had one computer for student use. And that was it. Mhm.
Yeah, it was after my 3rd grade year. Well, throughout school up through 5th or 6th grade, I had to continue using the Apple Macs that my school had. But as far as for personal machines, if it's been a computer in my possession, it's been the quote unquote IBM compatible or the x84 type system.
I will catch you all later. I'm gonna go upstairs and watch a movie.
All right.
All right.
I'm going to shut her down here in a minute, too. And we're about as far as I can go tonight.
I'll catch you all later.
All right, Jimmy. Take it easy, brother.
Yeah.
I just had them 10 minutes ago with a button. Where did I put them? Oh.
Oh, I can do the same thing with my Samsung Galaxy and my Galaxy Watch and my Galaxy Tab.
Yeah, I can answer calls on my computer and talk on the computer if I want. Make calls from my computer. I'll go through my phone.
Yep.
I usually don't, but it can.
Yep. This and my computer are linked via Bluetooth. If I wanted to answer my phone calls on my computer via the Bluetooth link, I can do that. My Galaxy smartwatch is linked to this via Bluetooth. My Galaxy tablet linked to this via Bluetooth. Well, as far as for Starlink / any and all other satellite-based internet providers, the only thing I personally know about them is the lag time between you, the satellite, and then the ground-based transmission station that the satellite that makes the little triangle with the satellite as the reflector in between. Because it's having to go so far up and then so far back down in both directions, that puts an incredibly horrible lag time or delay in your signal. And other than that, I don't know which of the various satellite ISPs has the actual absolute best service. So, sorry, Kevin. I honestly can't help you, brother.
Yeah, Starlink, a little bit. I've used it with my friend's RV. It's all right for downloading and streaming and things like that, but trying to upload on it is the real, or doing like this, the live chats, it's a real bitch to try to do that. If I try and watch Netflix or something like that, it's fine. But or checking your email or normal web pages, it's not bad. It takes a little longer to load, but of course I'm spoiled now. But now that I'm running a good video, if it takes more than 2 seconds for a page to load up, I'm bitching it's taking too long. Even our home phone now is voice over internet. It's not. We don't have a hard line to the phone company anymore.
And the only phone service I have, period, is this one. I don't even have hardline in the house anymore. Haven't had a landline in I don't know how long. Shoot, since I haven't had landline phone service since 2007. So had to sit there and think about that one for a second.
Our landline is just hooked up to our. It's got a box there and it hooks right up to our fiber internet.
Yep.
Like voice over internet, we don't have. We don't have a technical phone company anymore, or our phone lines.
Hey, Chuck.
Hey, Jack, how are you?
And it's going to continue to be a while, as in I probably won't ever have a landline ever again. I mean, I'm perfectly satisfied with this being all the phone service that I have / need. Because not only does it work here at the house, it works anywhere I need it to go when I go somewhere other than the house. Exactly, Marcy. There's no reason to have one. So, yeah. Between high-speed fiber internet and cell phone, just don't need landline. And just
We kept the landline for a long time because it would work if there was no power. With the regular analog phone that we had.
yeah.
We have a couple analog phones around here. We have the kitchen wall mounted one with the 30-foot cord on it.
Well, you got me beat, Edward, by 2 years. But yeah, the only time my cell phone doesn't work is if power gets knocked out to the cell towers. And since those have their own generators, diesel backup generators. I'm not too very concerned about the cell towers getting knocked out. Not saying it can't happen, just not very likely.
AT&T just a couple weeks ago, AT&T was down for almost a day and a half. They were having some kind of issue with their system.
Yeah.
So cell phones, anybody on AT&T had no cell service for like a day and a half.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I think I'd have been a little bit upset if I were an AT&T customer. As much as AT&T charges, shit.
You should know they're not going to credit your take the 5% off your bill or anything because for the time you couldn't use your system. You ain't going to do that.
Oh yeah, no, of course not.
That's why our fiber has a big freaking battery that sits right next to the box. So because we have the voice over internet, so that as long as I still have power wherever the network hub is, then which they have generator on, we can still call out if the power goes out in the house. For like, it's got an 8 or 9 hour battery backup.
Yeah.
If they're down more than 8 or 9 hours, then we're SOL. But I don't know. I would guess I don't know. They were gone. They were up there at the lake like the whole week before his wedding. So he didn't have one last. So he didn't have one last week. So I don't know if he's going to have one. If he doesn't, I'll pop on. If he doesn't have one up by like 6:30 or so, I'll throw one up for a while. Because I got nothing better to do.
Yeah. I mean, when you're able to get the fiber optic internet service, it's great when the service is available in the area where you live. I mean, it's like here in Houston, not all neighborhoods within even the city limits proper, let alone the greater metro area, have high-speed fiber internet. It's not available. The infrastructure for it's not there.
Yeah, when it came in, it was nice because I could get rid of my cable company, which was like $150 a month, and get rid of the phone company, which was $100 a month. And I got signed up for DirecTV streaming service. They gave us five boxes for our TVs, and it was $100 a month. And my internet is $80 a month. So for basically half the money. Yeah, and I went from like 500 megs to, which was the top service on the from the phone company's internet, to the gig. It's like night and day. I mean, I don't really actually get a gig, but that's what they,
Excuse me.
But even on the slowest days, it's faster than what my other one's advertised for. Yeah, it's 80 for the internet, 30 for the phone. That's unlimited long distance, international calling, the whole thing for North America anyway. I can call Canada and Mexico if I want. I don't know anybody in Mexico or Canada to call, but it's 80 for the actual fiber. And I got it right when they brought it in, so they even installed it for free, as long as I agreed to pay to stay on to a 2-year contract. Yeah, it's like a whole new world. It took forever for us to even get DSL. We were still probably on dial-up at 2000, 2004, 2005, something like that.
Yeah, I was on DSL in, when did I get my DSL? And I had the T3 DSL, which was 3 megabytes up, 3 megabytes down. Ooh-wee, that was balling back then. But oh shoot, it was early mid 2000s when I got my T3 DSL. Paying a little over $100 a month for 512 meg. Ouch. Oh, now it's that one. God damn it.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm getting download about 150 megs per second, and an upload is 331. Let me try it again, see if it goes up. Because the ping was a little high. Yeah, it's going higher this time. And the gauge on here maxes out at 250, and I'm getting 335 with me streaming right now in the background too. So, and 5 or 6 TVs going around the house. Yeah, normally my ping is normally about 7 milliseconds, but right now tonight it's 13 minutes. I'm on. I know there's at least 2 TVs on. I'm streaming. My phone is connected. So, but yeah, it's. I'm glad I got it. Yeah, when I was still on DSL, I wouldn't be able to live stream like this. It just didn't have the horsepower. But yeah, so I pay a whole lot less than I did when we were on DSL. telephone company internet.
Yeah, I'd gone a while back. I'd gone and bought some inexpensive smart lights from Walmart, and periodically I have to reconnect the darn things. Uh,
Yeah, my Bluetooth TV remote will F with my little shop sign over here. It changes every time I change channels on the TV. It'll change the on my little sign here. It'll change the pattern on it, change the color. I don't put the little. Yeah, it's right up there on mine. Well, the pump, the gas, the utilities are probably higher. I know they're higher, but instead it cut when I went to fiber. It cut it in half. I got rid of the phone company and their internet service, and added the direct TV stream for less what I was paying than what I was paying the phone, just the phone and internet alone. So I got rid of the cable company, got rid of the phone company, and for less money than I was paying just the phone company. Now I have fiber optic internet and voice over internet phone and the direct TV stream, which makes it, because we can't get a dish here where we're at. We're in a hole. There's a big ridge that blocks the sight line to the satellite for direct TV. The house is paid off, but it's still, and I'm basically like still making payments because they pay the insurance, the tax insurance, and the tax bill on it.
Son of a god!
Because living in this heritage landmark district, heritage district, that I'm going to call it, our taxes are insane. Property taxes. Yeah, after Mom is gone, I'll probably sell her house and sell this house both, and I'll find myself a nice little condo to move into. That way I don't have to worry about the grass or the snow or any of that crap.
And another issue that I had always had with Dish / Direct TV, any other digital satellite TV service, if a tree branch starts swaying over in front of your dish and between your dish and the satellite, you get bloxy pixelated pictures.
Yeah, we have the Roku box too. but most of the channels that we have on there are paid subscriptions anyway. So other than like Tubi and what's the other one, Fubu. So and it basically duplicated those. But yeah, I still watch the Roku channel once in a while and some of the free ones. But I've gotten so spoiled I hate watching commercials anymore.
Yeah.
I used to not having them. Even Prime now has commercials on there, which pisses me off. Man. I only put one on there before a movie starts or something, but still. It's like, dude, I made this service to not have to watch commercials. And Amazon's definitely not hurting for money. Oh yeah, it's all the same, but a lot of if you want like a lot of the channels that I watch are just subscription channels. So other than like YouTube, like YouTube, Tubi, the Roku channel, and there's one or two other ones that have like just old public domain shows or cheap shows that like TV Land would have that they don't have to pay a boatload of money for, and they can run them with commercials for not too much.
And then you get folk like me that 9 times out of 10, if I'm looking at a screen of any kind, especially if I'm home, it's doing something similar to what I'm doing right now. Sitting in front of my computer, and I'm either watching YouTube or I'm watching a movie on my little brother's Plex servers, or I'm watching a movie that I own on the DVD player in my computer. So I don't watch live TV. I'm not a TV person.
Yeah, Kevin, we're about 80 miles from the city, so unless you put up like a 100-foot mast, you can't pick up over the air here. Otherwise, we'd just do, because that would make my life so much easier with my mom, because I could just throw up an antenna and here you go. Here's your 6 channels that you like to watch. Leave me alone.
Right.
But yeah, we're the closest TV transmission towers is like 89 miles from us, and we're in a hole in a valley. So you got same reason we couldn't have the satellite TV was in a clear view. So yeah. When we moved into the house, it had 110-foot tower for TV, and we got 6 channels. And like 3 months after we moved in, the storm came through and knocked it over, and Dad never put it back up. We just went to cable. It was about the same time that cable came in, so we just switched to cable. You could get 1 channel out of Columbia if you did turn the rabbit ears the right way or had held on to it just right. You could kind of watch it. Or the little portable TV. Actually, the little portable TV got better signal than the big TV did. So yeah. And that was before VCRs were even a thing. So if you there was no watching movies.
All right.
You could rent the laser disc. The one convenience store in town had like 15 or 20 movies on laser disc, and you could rent the machine for the weekend. Watch a laser disc, the big ones, the ones that were like the records.
Yeah, I remember those. I think we're showing our age a little bit here, Bob.
Well, so when I was in high school, we had 1 computer in the whole school for the students. For 400 students, we had 1 computer. Wow. When I was in college, they had 6 computers in the library for student use, and that was it.
Yeah.
They had about 2 dozen computers for actual college accounting and record keeping and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't have my first. I was probably 20, 28 or 29 before I ever got my first computer that actually had that was mine. And that had Windows 2, Windows 3 on it, with the 5.5-inch floppy drive and a 3.5-inch floppy drive on it. No CD-ROM.
Oh, I got you a little bit beat there on that one, Bob. My very first computer that was mine was a Tandy 1000. It only had 640K RAM,
Yeah.
no hard drive, and dual 5.25-inch low density floppy drives.
Well, the one we had in high school, it had a tape drive only. You had to put a cassette tape, a DAT tape in the cassette player.
The operating system that I operated off of through my low density floppy drives was DOS.
Yeah, that's all we had when I was in
There
high
was
school.
no Windows.
DOS. I didn't go to say Windows. The first computer I bought that had Windows 3 on it, and I'd get up in the morning and hit the on button and go take a shower. And by the time I got out of the shower and got dressed, it was just finished loading up.
Yeah. But
yeah, the Commodore 64
didn't even have Windows. Now, the first computer I had used were the Apple Macs at my elementary school.
Yeah, I had a 2E. A friend of mine had a 2E with the green screen on it. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was.
Commodore 64. I remember those. What about the Trash 80? You remember the Trash 80, Marcy? You ever use one of them?
You could check out, and when I was in college, you could check out a TI 9000 computer for the weekend or overnight or weekend, and they were just barely. You could barely do stuff on it. You could do word processing, and that was it. That was all you could really do with it. And you'd have to take it back the next day or Monday, and then you could print off your paper or whatever you're writing on, and print it out on dot matrix paper, dot matrix printer.
And when it comes to dial-up modems, I started with a 12.2 and then graduated to a 14.4. And then I jumped straight from a 14.4 to a, what was it, the 56K, 52K, 56K, the fastest dial-up that they'd had prior to going to DSL. I want to say it was 56K.
Yeah. Yeah, we had Pong, and then we had the Atari 2600.
Yeah.
And we were hot shit because the next year for Christmas we got the ColecoVision.
Yeah, I remember playing Pong and Breakout and Pac-Man and Space Invaders and Centipede and Asteroids and all the classics on my Atari.
Yeah, well, Coleco had had the Donkey Kong and Mario and Popeye, a lot of the games that were actually in the arcades
Mm-hmm.
for the Coleco. In fact, we still got a 2600 laying around here somewhere. I'm sure it probably still works.
Yeah.
I want to take it to the antique shop and sell it.
And then, of course, I had the NES and the SNES. And then I had Nintendo 64. And then I had PlayStation. And then I went to computer gaming. actually in between Nintendo 64 and PlayStation was when I was starting to branch out into PC gaming, and shortly after the original PlayStation was when I gave up on consoles altogether and just went straight PC gaming.
Yeah, I used to play Doom on the computer all the time. Doom and Duke Nukem.
Which is why my current rig is the Ryzen 7 5800X3D with 32 gig of RAM and the RX 6800 GPU.
My youngest brother's still in the gaming, so I gave all that crap to him, all my PlayStation stuff and Xbox stuff. And
I mean, I still play games that are technically console games, or at least their original version was a console game, but they've since been ported to PC. And there's a couple of games out there that they are console only that I wish would get ported to PC. Because I'm like, that looks like a really fun game. Bet it'd be 10 times better on PC. Just for the fact that my PC hardware is better than the majority of console hardware. On top of that, I have loads more storage capacity for things like maps and terrains and all sorts of stuff like that. I mean, there's a reason why the Baldur's Gate game on PC, the original Baldur's Gate on PC, was so much better of a gaming experience than it was on PlayStation. Because the PlayStation version was a side scroller. PC was the predecessor to modern day open world. And that's just because PC has much larger internal storage. It could hold the maps, whereas console couldn't. Yeah, they do take a lot of time. In fact, I recently purchased a copy of Baldur's Gate 3, and I've been trying to spend at least a little bit of time per day with that. Spend a little bit of time per day with my Hogwarts, which, God, I ain't played Hogwarts in a while. It's been a minute since I've played Hogwarts. But
yeah, I did too, Kevin. One of my early jobs was actually working in an arcade. So
yeah, so Bob got to play video games.
yep, I had lots of red quarters.
Not only did Bob get to play the video games, but he got paid to do it.
Yeah,
Bastard.
all the ones for us to use were all painted red, all the quarters. So then once it went empty the machines, they just put the red ones back.
Yeah.
Back in the drawer. That's what we did when we were bored, sit there and play games. So I was pretty good at Galaga and Zaxxon and a few other ones by the time I left there. I was only there about 6 months. I worked there. I was like 15, maybe 16. I might have been 16 when I was working there. It was only open for like 4 hours a day. It opened up after school, like at 4 o'clock. It opened and it closed at 8.
Yeah. That's all right. I was 13 when I went to work for a local lumber yard. loading up customers' orders into the back of their pickups.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, Kevin. That was homework. That was the farm work. It was working on loading, cutting wood, putting up hay, feeding animals. That was all that stuff had to be done around anything else we did.
Yeah.
And of course, and my dad would always seem to pick the hottest day of the year that we want to cut wood. And we weren't old enough, so he'd cut all the trees down and cut them with the chainsaw, and we had to drag all the shit and split it and load it on the truck and take it back to the house and unload it and stack it. And all the grunt work we had to do. Yeah, our arcade was attached to the bowling alley. Where, also, magically, one New Year's Eve, it magically burned down, even though they weren't open that day.
Yeah. My arcade as a kid was in the shopping mall.
I think the owner was a little over its head in debt, and so the bowling alley mysteriously burned down one night. On New Year's Eve. Which sucked because I liked the bowl too. That was fun. I liked when we oiled the lanes and you stripped the oil off the lane and put new oil on there because you could make up a pattern that would throw everybody's game off. Depending on what part you oiled and what part you didn't. We had no problem there, Kevin. I mean, we got up before school. We had to feed all the animals and that kind of crap. And got home from school. Didn't do our chores then, and then until I got my job. Then I went to work from school till 8 o'clock. And I still had to come home and do my chores when I got home from work. In the summertime, when school was out, we worked dusk to dawn most days. We'd sneak away and jump in the lake for a while. But other than that, except for Sundays, we never worked on Sunday. On Sunday, everybody went to Grandpa's house for breakfast and lunch and dinner. That whole family reunion day thing on Sundays.
Yep. Oh, you got that right, Kevin.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to be fed before we went to school, and then when we got home from school, or on Saturdays, you had to muck out the stalls and the barn. And I like doing it though. It was fun in a way. I mean, you make a game out of it, and get her done.
Yeah. Or like me. Granted, I didn't have like farm animals or anything like that I had to take care of, but piece of land that I grew up on for 8 years was a 2-acre plot of land that I was responsible for keeping the grass mowed, and I had a push mower to do it.
Oh yes, get the grass right around the house. We had to do with a real mower, the manual one, not the outer fields and the stuff we used the tractor for, but the stuff right along the house, around the house, we had to do with the push mower.
Yeah.
The manual reel mower that you push forward and back, forward and back, forward and back.
Now I didn't have it quite that bad. My push mower was a 5-horsepower lawn boy, but there was no self-propelled, or was no riding mower or any of that. It was, granted, yeah, the gasoline engine spun the blade for me, but I still had to push it back and forth, up and down and up and down. and take care of the entire 2-acre plot. And when it came time to mow the grass, if I didn't have that entire 2-acre plot done in a day and a half, I was in trouble.
Well, the real mower was fine unless you got a stick caught in it. Then it would like break your back as you barreled over the top of the handle because it would lock it up tight. When the blades quit turning, the wheels quit turning. So you get a good clip, almost to a gentle run, and the blade would lock up and it'd flip you right over the damn mower. Okay. Well, what time is it? It is 20 after 9 here, so I'm going to call this one a night. Probably be on, if Clip doesn't have one on tomorrow, I'll throw one up around 6:30 Eastern time or so. And then we'll be on Tuesday at 6 o'clock Eastern time, normal time. So thank you guys for coming in tonight, hanging out with me. Give me something to talk to. And we will see you next time.
All right, Bob, thank you for hosting. Everybody in chat, thank you for hanging out. And adios.